All right, welcome back to Soul Spark Tarot. Get some smoke in your life, cleanse you out, cleanse you up. All right, I'm Mr. Renew, and today we got ourselves a little check-in message. I'm gonna shuffle the cards. We're gonna get our overall energy. But in the meantime, I want y'all to listen to this beat from Origami Beats. This is a '90s R&B beat called "Pink Skies." This is a free beat. But man, this song, this shit really takes me back to like a '90s song for real. So like, I'm gonna try hard not to sing, but I got a couple of parts out here that sound so fire. So don't mind me. All right, see ya. This shit is for sure, for sure. '90s, bro. '90s for sure. This shit crazy. Such a vibe though. Pink sky. You know, if I had to, it'd go something like this. Now this point, something like that. I don't know. I got a little chorus though for sure. And it's so funny, man, that I listened to a bunch of songs and I intended on like showing y'all, and I pressed record, but I guess I cut the recording off, and it was so fire. That's a song lost into the ethers forever. But that's all right, cause this is the song I did it on, and it's coming back. I'm growing up, I'm showing it. Holding up and showing love. Can you feel it as you go ahead and give this love? Giving this love, baby. Oh, gotta reach it, gotta keep it. Sound like some old Tyrese or some shit. Holding up and showing love.
This is an urgent message for every American. Due to recent events involving the healthcare CEO, this 5,000...
Yeah. I think this song came on next too, so yep. We won't get started though. Saw the Empress card a few times. Go ahead and get this shuffle cut on. Yeah, just the chillin', doing what I do. Being who? Me. Mr. Renew was on this groove, so I had to go ahead and choose who I do with. And that is me coming cool whipped. Cool whipped. Hell yeah, you know I'm doing it. Making sure it's smooth as I'm just showing, killing it. Show and tell. Ooh. Making a decision, making a choice, but no matter what choice or decision you make is rooted in the energy of the sun. So what this is telling us is that you got an opportunity to make a choice between two really good choices. Two really good choices. I'm not hearing anything outside of that, but these are like directional path towards life. That's what I'm hearing. It's not like a thing in the world. Yeah. So now we know what thing it is. It's a thing of love. And I think it's choices of working on love or working on relationships or working on this exchange, working on the relationship of self. For me, I had a fucking wide eye opening understanding, which I still don't fully understand, in which I need to probably try to understand it more instead of like trying to do shit. But it's hard. But again, yeah, exactly. It's like I don't know how to fully give love to myself, but I'm learning how I can like love on myself. And I think that's weird because we've been working on it, but what we're looking at right now is making decisions about what we've worked on. Here's an example for me. Practical life. My practical life example is I've been reflecting upon the last 4 years of my life and the last 10 years of my life. A 4 and a 6. And this is pretty much how that has made me feel. I have felt like the champion who keep getting beat. I was at the top. Not only am I victorious, but I'm tired of being victorious. This here, nah, this is the undisputed champion losing, being taken out. You're gone, you're donezo, shut down, retire, old man, get out of here. That's that kind of vibe. And it's like the energy that you've been providing to yourself, it's been trying to get you to self-sabotage a version of you that does not need to be here. But the issue with that, like I spoke on TikTok the other day, the issue with that is you don't want to become a criminal to yourself. You can't look at a part of yourself as being feeble and impressionable and thinking that it's mature enough because it's grandiose, and then applying negative, slimy tactics to yourself to the point to where they'll start to exude as slimy, tactless behaviors with others. How? Well, it'll be based upon the decisions you make as you're working on things. What are you working on? The relationship or connection to yourself and other people. So as you're working on yourself, you're relating to people in different ways, and that relation, I think, is actually becoming an issue. The relation itself is becoming an issue for the simple fact that there's like love or something missing from it. But I think it's the love of some environment. So maybe it's the love of how you love. Maybe you need a tune up in your spiritual practice. Maybe you need to change your perfections. The song is called Perfectionist, and it popped up when we're talking about being at a high level, a higher level state without the love. This is like Aaron Donald, who is a football player, top of his game, because he retired. Top of his game, he could still be out there playing right now at the top still, but he retired. He said he already did everything that he can do as an individual. He already did everything you can do as a team. What more can you be? That is the complete opposite of a perfectionist. He's satisfied with all the things that he has, and he could go get more and become more pristine, more perfect, but he said, nah, I'm cool. Yeah. So there's something about this old thing that you're doing or this old way of relating that keeps putting you down. There's something that just drains you. It makes you feel like you don't have the strength. But you know you have the strength, but you can't figure out what relational thing that you're working on that has you not feeling the love that you have as an exchange. But not just the love. You got to think of this as the Six of Wands like twice or for like a long ass time. You have been winning for a long ass time and you're ready to defend yourself, and you love that you've been defending yourself and winning. But right now these cards are this way. And so because of that, this is saying you don't give a fuck and you don't love that shit no more. So it's something about you not realizing that you haven't been loving on the parts of you that need love. You've been loving on parts of you that has already been loved. And the parts of you who need love need even more love now. And I think that realization fucks you up and it makes you consider how you're relating to yourself, what parts of you that you're working on, what parts of you that need changing, what parts of you are you aware of, what parts of you are you not aware of, what parts of you have grown the fuck up from the last time you thought about it, what parts of you have grown the fuck down and got worse because you didn't get better. The world got harder, in other words, but you didn't learn the basics, so now that shit is even more complex. We gotta start to see that these are the decisions that we're looking at making. They're all mental though. It's mental choices. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the mental choice is what is killing you. But it's the mental choice because you don't have any passion or emotion for whatever emotional exchange that you're doing. It's starting to get a little convoluted, but you got to see this as layers of a cake, okay? And in those layers of the cake, you got cake, you got the ingredients, you got everything you need, but there's no love in that cake. So it just doesn't taste right. And I don't, I'm not really saying that there's a physical ingredient called love, but if you love somebody and you're doing something and putting that loving action together, the essence of love oozes into that product, which is why we can know the same thing on the opposite side. We know when somebody is doing something, but they're doing it with negative intent, complaining, lackluster energy, devaluation. We know when people just gotta do shit and they don't really want to do shit. That is how you've been treating yourself with some decisions that you've been making. You gotta realize that you got the strength. Man, exactly. Once you realize that you have the strength, you can finally step into the sun energy. Oh, not just the sun, you also have the moon. So you will be completely balanced if you step into the sun. So this is telling me that you've been in your head, you've been in the dark, you've been in your moon sign on the masculine and feminine actions. You've been doing shit to make that darker feminine side of you happy. In other words, that man inside of you, that action taker inside of you, is taking action so a part of you can get what it needs. In other words, when you think the thought, damn, I don't want to do shit today, that is the feminine moon energy within you. Once you put that request or that suggestion or that whatever into that thought into the universe, then on the flip side, the sun energy says, all right, I'm going to do the things to give my baby what she needs. And so they take action like bitch and complain, get in your head, overthink, and now you sick to your stomach and nauseous, and boom, you call out. All of that was just making a decision, but you calling out is not going to help you, especially when all you need to do is just feel like you can, but right now you don't feel like you want to do shit. So what do you need to do? You need to realize that there's a part of you that has been overloved, and there's a part of you who's been underloved. So our goal for you is to see how to love more parts of you by making decisions that are more loving for yourself. Cards are getting all over the place. But you got to make more loving decisions. And again, because these are cards of the mind, you got to do more things to keep that emotion and that fire doing what they doing mentally. For me, I literally use AI to like help me evaluate and appraise all the creations and all my content, and I became so much more proud of myself, man, because I've done so many more things that has a way higher value than what I really understand, because I live it and I do it. But this is the same thing as a kid. A kid doesn't know if it's being good or bad until it gets feedback from its environment. And the feedback changes, which is why people need to feel things. A lot of people can't see, but they can hear and they can feel. And so that's a scary ass combination when you don't have the envision or the light to see the things that you can feel and the things that you can hear. If you can't understand what a monster is things that you can't see, but you can hear them and you can feel them. Just like how kids would depict monsters if they are raised in environments where their parents fight. They might hear the scariest sounds because dad and mom, they don't talk like that when the kids are around. So when the doors close and it's nighttime and I hear stuff and I can see shadows and I can hear things that I don't hear in the daytime, that kid is going to interpret those sounds in a fearful way. And the only thing that they can interpret are how they feel. So when they feel a certain way, then they're going to start to put images on those visions. But those visions are only just hear the audio and it is the feeling. So if it thinks it's scary, if it sounds scary and they don't have a face for that scary sound, they're going to make one up. This is you not being able to make a decision on how you want to work on you. Here's an example. You're a Christian turned spiritualist and you don't know if you should be Christian or a spiritualist. You don't know how to integrate. You're a devout atheist who now just became Islamic. These are the understandings that I'm trying to bring to you, because the combination of who you are is happening through love without love. So it's like, how in the world can you not give yourself love? Oh, you are giving yourself love. You're just loving the toxic sides of you that keep you doing what the negative shit that you love. But a part of you is thinking about all the other shit that you love too. And so you're trying to figure out a way to work with both. But guess what? I just thought of this right now. This is a 2, this is a 4, or 8. 8 divided by 2 gives you 4. So what this is trying to see, what this is telling me is that you got your 4 of cups and your 4 of cups over here trying to come together to create an 8 of cups. But the 8 of cups is trying to be presented as physical, tangible things to express. Like how I went to the park today, and guess what? There was recess equipment like balls and bats and shit out there. So I went to the park and boom, I was blessed with playground activities and I enjoyed myself. That's a way of me expressing love for myself that I haven't done since I stopped teaching. So that's crazy, but guess what? It popped up in the same way, and I made the decision because some random person was like, hey, you want to play ball? And I was like, nah, I just want to shoot around. Made that decision, feel good about myself, got a chance to chat a little bit, didn't really want to, but instead of feeling drained and forcing myself to play the game when I don't want to, I just did what I wanted to. And guess what? By me taking that action, I wasn't in my head. I just felt like this. And I accepted this. Here was the no, but here was us shooting together on the same court. I wanted him to take the other ball and go to the other court. But we just shot around at the same half court. She kept trying to make conversation, and you know what? That's just the energy that I felt from the world, because that's what I was feeling like. I was feeling good. I was feeling like the sun. So the sun attracts things, pulls things in because it has the highest gravitational point in our solar system. So guess what? People were attracted to me and coming towards me to the point to where we could have even played a whole game and interacted and became one. That is what you're looking at right now. You're looking at what to do to become one with you. But the one with you is already you, so you just need to accept all parts of you. And then start learning how to love the unloved parts, the underloved parts, and how to fucking say no to the over-loved parts of you. So it starts off with a new mindset. Here's our final message. Let's see. So our final message says you're going to be taking action. And so you're choosing the responsibilities that you're going to take on. You're choosing them now all the actions you want to. Ooh, and all the actions that you want to again, but on the negative side, and you're going to cut that shit down. When you cut it down, you're going to find victory. Again, you got to make a choice upon the decisions you want to carry, and then you're going to have to decide which one of these are. This is the lover's card, bro, but it's just the toxic love. No, I don't like to call it toxic, it's the karmic love. It's the love that has lessons versus the lover's card, which is the love that has blessings. And then you got this, once you decide to chop down things, this is Queen of Swords energy is what people call like, cutthroat. But no, this Queen of Swords energy is more so depicted through the Queen of Cups. She's more cutting than the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is just a person who knows what the fuck they got going on, and you can't bullshit them. So now you are not letting your negative habits bullshit you. You're not letting your negative habits bring you to a spot. You're allowing yourself to have the negative habits, but you're putting the onus on the habit to sustain itself now. You're making the choice to say, you can be here if you want to, but you gotta sustain yourself. So you can't use this budgeted money over here, but if you go and earn some extra money, I don't care if you go get a drink. But guess what? Will you want to go take that time? Will you want to go take that energy? Are you going to make the choice to say, oh, I actually don't want to go out and spend an extra 2 hours working just so I can go get a bottle of wine? I'm good. I'm gonna go drink some fucking water and some juice and fucking eat and watch TV instead. That is this Queen of Swords energy. She comes in, she's clear, you can't bullshit her. And when you realize how you can't bullshit yourself, you're not going to be a criminal to yourself anymore. You're going to find victory in your actions now. Again, in other words, you're going to chop down 4 of those cups, 4 of those pentacles. Half of that shit is going to just be chopped off. And what are you going to be left with? Victory. What else do we have? Oh, and so now, once you find victory in the actions you can take, you have this victory towards things that are trying to sneak away from you. So the decisions that you're going to be now making, people can't bullshit you. You literally, that's what the 7 of Swords is. People, you're always going to find victory in there. And when you find that victory, you go from the 7th to the 8th, you're going to, it's like, because you can't be bullshitted, you're going to always be victorious against the people who want to take thoughts, ideas, and notions and put them in your head to where you can be stuck. But you don't carry shit that don't belong to you no more. You chop that shit out of you. You don't carry that shit because you don't even carry that energy for your damn self no more. So because of that, you'll be able to take actions now. Again, they want you to. They want you. I don't know who the fuck they are, but something wants you to not be able to take actions, and they want to do it by you being in your head, having thoughts, actions, which is why our first and overall card was make a decision. Our overall energy says make a decision to carry the shit that you want to be responsible for. This also says make a decision about the responsibilities that you want to carry that are good and positive for the light of the world and that are a little bit negative, but still for the light of your world. The moon shines light too. So because it has this reflective light, it's just a mirror image of you. So when you hear shit and you feel shit and you can put a vision on it, like you feeling a certain way, so you see yourself drinking some wine, guess what? Guess what? You can see, right? Now you can see the light too. On the other side, which is if I'm gonna drink, maybe I can drink some tea, some kombucha. Kombucha has similar properties to wine, right? So this fermentation process is what you're looking at. So for us, we looking at making the decisions that will help us make the best choices for both sides of ourselves to where we can start to work further on the things that we need and the things that we love. So, all right, people. Mr. Renew, I appreciate y'all for being here. If I have to give one last message, I don't want to give those. One last. So many want to come out. They don't want to do the last. So take that last message beforehand. Make a decision. All right, people. Appreciate y'all for being here. Peace.